Good morning. Hello, Jason. Hello, Thoth. And Thoth was so confident at 9:32 a.m. Oh, yeah. Well, hello, Snipin'. Yes. I've already said good morning to you. In person. How's everyone doing? Oh, Jason, the recap thing should be fixed. We went from it posting double to then not taking it at all, but yeah, it is. I like to just account for, you know, the maybe. I'm on laptops now. Desktops are all unhooked. Monitors are all down. It's actually not a bad setup. Cool. Yeah, I saw your pod is coming today. Yeah. And then you guys can just like pack it all up. That's exciting. Hey, Razor. Good morning. How are you? Uh-oh, Sniping it didn't even greet him. I can't type, I quit. I think we're having more technical difficulties. It's fine. Everything's fine. Be right there. All right. Your keyboard is sticky? That's a hell of a way to start off the morning. Mine is just on keys G and Y, but that's because I spilled beer on it, so. Ordered a new sofa bed. Nice, nice. Sniping's doing something.
We'll just do that.
Fuck around and find out.
Well,
I don't. Give me my
I'm
mouth.
not touching the mouth.
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. We'll arrive like 14 hours after we arrive. Nice. It didn't ruin the keyboard. It's just. Actually, I think Sniping got it. Flanderish today. How was everyone's weekend? Jason, you had a barbecue, first responder, something. How did that go? How was everybody's Monday? Spilled a tiny amount of black coffee on my keyboard on the right side by the enter key. Gotta mash the key on that side. Still works. Well, that's good. Fed almost 100. Nice. Did you have to do the grilling for all of that? You're 60% packed. That's pretty good. Because you still have like what? 12 days? 10 days? I don't know. That's a lot of that's a lot of meat. It's a lot of grilling. Good. Well, it sounds like it was successful. 100 burgers, brats, and 150 hot dogs. Nice. Nope. Hey, thanks, husband, for the subscription. So, yeah, we need to set up a text-to-speech for if people type something in. To do. 13 days until you're there. 10 days left here. Man, that's pretty spot on. Pod leaves on the 22nd. Nice. We got some clothes bags that you vacuum seal. Nice. Just like squish it way down. We like to potty. That's terrible. I think I did this. Right, 1, 2, 3. I don't know where I left off, but I think I did that one. 5 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I had a very productive weekend. I was a little manic on Saturday, but Thank you, Bob. Thank you, guys. Yeah, so it's been a full month of affiliate already, which we realized when Snipin was looking at his phone and he's like, wait, what subscription did I just get charged for? He's like, what have I subscribed to? And then he's like, oh, it's you. It's like you're subscribing to your own household. Man, it gets it hungover. I actually wasn't hungover. I mean, I always sleep really poorly, but I got a lot done. I just like a bunch of like super random to-dos that have just been lingering for a long time. And I'm like, I'm going to get them all done. 24 days till the new Zelda. Nice. I basically just deducted $250 from my account. Yeah. You're just laundering the household money through Bezos and then back. Yeah. But yeah, I want to, we'll set up the text-to-speech thing. We had it set up at one point and then it wasn't done right, so we undid it. You know how it goes. The best thing I did this weekend, and Jason, you can probably appreciate this with kids, I cleaned out our minivan. Like, I vacuumed it, and it was disgusting. And it felt so good to have it clean. Like, it was really gross. Oh shit, I'm doing this in the wrong. This goes over here. I get why people, like, there are people who are like, oh, kids can't eat in the car. Hi, Pimo. Good morning, or good evening, I guess, where you are, huh? It's still morning here. How are you today? Clean van is a happy van. Heck yeah. Won't stay that way, but sure does look nice. Probably enough fries for a medium order. Oh yeah. There were like whole fruit leathers like opened. And I'm like, who didn't eat this? Okay, so this is gonna be like a 1. Okay, gray, white, gray. 2. I'm good. How about y'all? Doing pretty good. Owen Wowson. I guess my E is sticky like Razor's keyboard. What did we do on Saturday? We did get a ton of things done. We did like yard work. I trimmed my bush. We have a bush. It needed trimming. I trimmed it. Looks very nice now. Yeah, that was the day. Like yard work, van cleaning, because it was dry. It didn't rain that day. So I'm like, get all the outdoor things done immediately. Oh yeah, okay. That was good. That was good. I gave Snipin and our son haircuts. They needed haircuts. Did maintenance on my bike. It was good. I edged with a brand new POS edger that bent. Yeah. Now we have to take it back. And it was like 37 and pouring with rain this morning. I'm like, cool. Feels like spring. Yeah, lots of rain here too. Love it. I normally do love the rain, but you know, like just like a few dry days. I wouldn't complain. It doesn't have to be hot. Just dry. I considered planting the taller vertical bushes just so I could shape them into shape them to closely resemble a row of dicks just to make the neighbors question if it was intentional or not. That's a lot of effort. Like, the reward might be worth it, but I don't know that I'd be willing to put that much effort into it. We have a cordless hedge trimmer, and I really, really like it. It's very easy to use, and it's new, so it's like super sharp. It's just very satisfying to do yard work. I did some weeding. We're trying to get the garden beds ready, but it's still so cold. Mind fucking the neighborhood can be rewarding. It's true. Tell them it's in the shape of a Ferengi ship from Star Trek. Is that how you say that? But we'll know they're dick bushes. The other night, we rewatched the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I can't believe that movie's from 2008. Still so funny. No, it's a flute. Go back and watch Austin Powers. Oh, God. It's so long since I've seen Austin Powers. I really like Russell Brand. He's very funny in that movie.
What's up, nerd?
Hi, Notewood. How's it going? How are you today? Something tells me those don't hold up well. Yeah, probably not. Notewood, I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was you that for your pet peeve, it was like a specialized tool that's that can only be used for like one thing. Is that right? Done work, so fuck today. Nice. And the specialized tool thing I experienced this weekend when trying to, oh, that was the dumb purchase, but yes. Okay. It should also be a pet peeve because I ran into that this weekend when I was trying to do something on my bike, and I'm like, oh, I have to have a tool that literally only does this one thing, but I can't do it without it. And I had to go buy said dumb tool. And now I own it. I mean, thankfully it was only like $8, but still. Like a prostate massager. Yeah, that gets an exemption. More specifically, the pet peeve is the designers that, choose to make that tool a thing. Yeah. I know. Well, even so I was like replacing the chain on my bike. And there's like, if you don't have the full chain tool to like remove a pin and then remove a link or whatever, there's like a quick connect thing. But to easily undo the quick connect, you need the specially shaped pliers that are a separate tool. Like, because regular pliers don't work. It's so fucking annoying. But we got it without those dumbass pliers. I say we. I mean sniping. I couldn't get it. Reminds me of that juicer from Kickstarter. Oh, I didn't even come up with a question of the day today. I was like so prepared. Except for that one thing. That's fine. This song is very interesting. Let's see. What's your social security number? Not to be used for anything nefarious. Ever. I can't deal with this song. I'm sorry, I'm skipping it. Mother's maiden name and your first pet's name. That's right. Date of birth. Zip code. A/S/L. Take it way back. Yesterday, Snipin was like twerking because why wouldn't he? And one of our girls was like, "Dad, if I were you, I wouldn't shake my butt." And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool, thanks." Back when things were easier. Were they? Back when internet safety like wasn't a thing. Didn't need to worry about it. Everything's fine. We survived. We did. Prime examples. Now everything is on the internet. I know. I mean, I'm safer than you guys. Thanks, Europe. I am very grateful that my misspent youth was not broadcast online. What is internet safety? Six VPNs and a trench coat. Has your pod arrived, Thoth? I think it's just safety now, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Well, like, our 9-year-old keeps asking for a phone because kids at school have one. And I'm like, no, you don't need one. You get a pod, everyone gets a pod. Not yet, they're going to call before they head over. Okay, nice. Imagine being a grandma in 2050 and a grandkid finds a TikTok of you doing some stupid twerk dance, right? Or like there's some drunken whatever on. Get him a pager. Pager should come back. Like, you don't need to talk to people on the phone. Nobody wants to do that anyway. You just need a texting device. Do you think it'll go like full swing the other direction where we just like oversaturate with like these short video things and then people get tired of them and they're like, I'm gonna go back to like some sort of like analog something, you know? Like, we just overdo it. I love talking on the phone way quicker than texting. It is. For certain things, it's a lot easier, but also, like, just... I'd rather just respond in a leisurely fashion. Hipsters, we have those. Yeah, but what is a hipster anymore? Like, I feel like the definition of hipster has changed somewhat. Maybe I'm wrong. If you want to accurately predict the future, just lower the bar. Yeah, hairstyles and clothes from the 80s are coming back. Maybe we're at the start of a regression. Okay, so rewatching Forgetting Sarah Marshall, there are parts of that movie that I'm like, oh, that wouldn't necessarily like work today. And it's just like little things, like when Jason Segel's character shows up to a restaurant and Jonah Hill's character, who's like the hostess, automatically assumes he has like a wife or a girlfriend or something. And I was like, well, but what if he was gay? Like, you just assume that it would be like just little stuff like that I'm like, that's such a shift from 2008 when the movie was made. The nostalgia thing is purely regression and escapism. Rose-tinted glasses for the past. Yeah. Oh, like, yes. The good old days. Back to the 80s we go. No. Or the 90s. A really good example of a regression to the past is the main character of No Country for Old Men. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. Tommy Lee Jones basically is like stuck in a retrospect of the whole movie. So maybe that's our question of the day. Like, is there a decade that you would like to go visit? And if so, which one? Was that from Saved by the Bell? That show was great. I wanted to be cool like Kelly Kapowski. Circa 32 AD. Okay. Why then? See the crucifixion? Whenever the plague went around, I want to hang out. Oh, gosh. I think, like, I always thought, like, the Roaring 20s would be pretty wild. Then after that, I would want to go back to ancient Kemet. I'm probably saying that wrong. I want to hang out with the plague doctors. Yeah, Art Deco times. Just, like, Prohibition and, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of wild shit going on. One, two, okay. And say great. Well, yeah. And no showing ankles. Well, yes, no, I realize there's a lot of... I don't... I think any historical time period isn't going to be like... you know, fully awesome. Show up in my pants and blow everyone's mind. And then if you did go back in time, like, would you just try and blend in, or would you try and, like, would you just show up as your futuristic self, you know? And be like, check out all this shit. Could you even do that? That would probably break some sort of, like, time-space continuum. Ancient Greece would be dope. Just get drunk with philosophers all day.
What's up, Nord?
Hey, Wednesday. How are you? Would be fun to go back in time, have no one understand me, and get killed as some sort of spy. Yeah. I would establish a royal family, the P lineage. Alright, fine. We'll do... Doop. Would you... All right, we'll do that and then pin it there. The only way to make time travel work would be like a little bubble that no one could see. Yeah. Your best cardigan would probably get you labeled as a witch. Yeah, you could only... Wait, what is this? Oh, oops, I clicked on a thing. Don't. Okay, there. Not interact. Yeah. I read a book a while back about the concept of someone going back in time with AK-47s to the Civil War. Jeez. The static is part of the song. Remember to bring snacks so you don't die. Yeah, oh yeah, I'd definitely be labeled a witch. I'd have to hide. I really don't think time is a physical thing. It's mainly our perception of it. Yeah, oh, to get into like the whole what is time, it'd break my brain. I'd like to go back to 1999 and write a note for myself. You will be fine in the year 2000. Nothing will break. I'd love to go back and punch 12-year-old me in the face and give myself a hard lesson. Oh, yeah. I mean, if we could go back and give ourselves advice from our future self, that'd be amazing. Then you'd go to jail for assaulting a minor and need to send another future you back to present you. Thoth going to bend the timeline and jump from era to era in a single bound. Yeah. What's the... Oh, why can't I think of it? The mountain that blew up and buried everybody. I'll think of it. A lot of people think Pompeii. Thank you. Go back to that. Find out what happened. A lot of people think of time as the fourth dimension. However, there is a fourth spatial dimension. Well, the Gatling gun was developed in hopes of ending the Civil War sooner and to end war itself or something like that. Look how far we've come. I've been to Pompeii. I have been to Pompeii as well. No real talkers there. Sounds like the Upside Down. Yeah. We were watching some snippet from 60 Minutes last night. about like space and the universe, and like they're trying to identify what's the oldest galaxy. That's pretty interesting. People were super stoned there. Jeez Louise. I just want to go back and get buried. Upside down is another third dimension. Okay. Oldest galaxy would be the furthest one away. I don't necessarily think so. I don't know. They were just talking about different things that have been spotted through the whatchamacallit. I have no memory recollection. I was like half reading a book, half watching this, but parts of it were interesting. But like there's some assumptions about how fast galaxies are created, and there's potentially evidence found of galaxies forming a lot faster than we have previously known them to be or believed them to be. So that might challenge some of the facts that we have. It's just interesting. Like there's so much out there. I always thought space was really fascinating. I was trying to combine fascinating and space. And I just got face. What am I supposed to end on? 1, 2, 1. Okay, cool. What's this? But apparently it expands in many directions, so they're looking for where center is, basically. But even center is disputed since galaxies interact with each other. Oh yeah, that assumes space doesn't expand omnidirectionally. In a galaxy far, far away, something showing ankle is still illegal. Yeah, we'd have to define the edges. All the empty space in the eternal void should be used for advertisements. Yeah, they believe it expands indefinitely. It's just like mind-blowing to think about how large it is and how much other shit is out there. But I think they were talking something about like finding a galaxy somewhere that has like carbon dioxide was detected. Because they're obviously looking for other galaxies or planets that could potentially sustain life. You find it oddly calming? Because we literally amount to nothing in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, we're just here. It's our minds that are the weakness in the equation. Like, what is scale if scale is mostly empty? Yeah, I totally think we are just limited by the capacity of our brains. Like, there's only so much that we can fathom, you know? Which is why they're looking for the oldest infrared signal levels. Yeah. So go out and smoke crack at lunch. This is Pimo's new campaign. Trying to get everybody to smoke crack at lunch. I don't think we are nothing, we observe. Well, yeah, I mean, yes, we aren't nothing, but like, it's just interesting the like blip that humanity is. We're limited to our senses. Yeah. They're talking about a recent revelation that there's forces interacting with galaxies that they can't detect, calling it dark matter, which accounts for, he's 95% of the universe is either dark matter or dark energy. And it's just the name they've given to what they can't identify. Maybe when modern humans were in contact with, we're in contact with other human species. Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah, because there were other like human type species, but only one made it through. What was that movie with Scarlett Johansson and she was a drug mule? Ooh, I don't remember that one. Dark matter isn't new. The idea that it's more than what we thought is. Yeah. I think it's interesting that certain protons phase in and out of atoms, but the atomic weight of said phased atom doesn't change. So that atom is resting in a non-perceivable dimension. That's cool. I'm a Neanderthal, I'm proud. But we were better, made Whoopi and or killed them all. It just boils down to a couple of things that really just put us over the top. Oh, I already did that. Okay. Which means all those dimensions are all around us all the time. We just have no clue of them. Yeah. And how would you even have the means of detecting them? We are good at making things extinct. Yes, we are. Oh, no, that's... Hold on. 2... 1. Okay. Kind of like, how could you ever possibly hope to learn to ride a bike if no one ever showed you that a bike existed? That, yes. I could go off on tangents about that kind of stuff, but... particle physics seems like a mess. The past 70 years, they haven't found really any new imaginary particle. We keep building colliders and finding nothing in hopes of finding something. Like axions and gravitrons. You know what's really good for making things extinct? Earth itself. We don't have shit on Earth's KD. I don't know what that means. Earth's not going anywhere. We are. Pack your shit, folks. One of the books I'm reading now, they're talking about just like, it's obviously a fictional book, but they've destroyed Earth and they've all had to move into off planets. But it's kind of going through the backstory of how Earth kind of got destroyed. It's interesting. Okay. I think a lot of the eco-activists have so much damn hubris, thinking we are the ultimate thing and it's our responsibility for everything. Well, I mean, there's a lot to be said for human contribution to a lot of these things. Like, clean up your mess, sure, but we aren't even a drop in the bucket. Compared to what exactly? Actually, our solar system is constantly moving through the universe. Actually. The shifting environment. Yeah, but how much of that is due to human activity? And the Earth needs no saving? Oh, the really big ones. Okay. We weren't around yet. Got it. Okay, one. Okay. I keep losing track of where I'm at. Not that that's anything new. So the whole be kind to the earth thing is more self-fulfilling. Well, I mean, I still think like the earth can shrug us off at any point. Yeah, I mean, yes, I agree. I think it will keep going. But I do think that we have an influence that we can control. Or a meteor. What am I? That's right. Okay. If we want to stay on it, yeah, who wants to live in a garbage pile? Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to be a dick to it in the meantime. Sniping. I saw the Oakland encampment cleanup. It looked like a tornado hit. Oh, geez. There are some places around here that I'm like, it's looking pretty bad, guys. We used to do like neighborhood. Am I wrong? Didn't say you were wrong. We used to do neighborhood walks, which we should start doing as the weather gets better. And like Sniping would bring like a little grabber tool and a garbage bag, and we just like clean up whatever. Should do that again. Do it again. Okay, this is 2. I think a lot of the increase in mental disorders have been a result of our reach exceeding our grasp. Like, elaborate. Explain yourself. Nope, that's just one. I don't think it's what she's saying, but this song sounds like she's saying, lend me a beer. I think it's because we can diagnose these things now. Yeah. A group of illiterate people suddenly being required to use excessively complex and more advanced technologies. I don't know if I agree with that. Also, I feel like you're talking about me and technology. Just kidding. Yeah, instead of going, this woman is insane, give her a bottle of laudanum and send her off to the seaside. I don't think it's diagnosis, as the result is far more evident than it was when we didn't have the diagnosis. Well, that doesn't make sense. As the result is far more evident than it was when we didn't. Well, yeah, because we didn't have the diagnosis. Oh, populations of homelessness far worse versus any time prior to diagnosis naming. Okay, but if we're specifically talking about homeless populations, then you're operating under the assumption that all homeless people have some sort of mental disorder, which is not the case. Right? Also crime rates too, general behavior norms, way worse now. Yeah, but I don't think that can be boiled down to any one thing. I think there's like economic strains and attention spans are shrinking. Yes, attention spans are shrinking. And I also think there's just a level of, it's that whole, I'm sure there's an official term for it, but like the threshold of when you will do something based on how many people around you are doing it, kind of a thing, which I think is a very interesting, like, social phenomenon. If I were homeless, I'd punch a cop so I'd have free food and a bed, not gonna lie. Especially if it was middle of winter and I had nowhere to go. Jail ain't so bad. Hi, Brittany! How are you? Keep in mind that people are exposed to a lot of man-made shit that is harmful to both the mind and the body. Sure, it's the whole zeitgeist for sure, yeah. Hell, 30 years ago, you ran your mouth and you got punched. Now there are no repercussions for actions. Yeah, there's definitely been a shift in, like, what you can get away with. Or it's such a fine line, I feel like, between the, like, being too soft, but then, like, yeah. I don't know how to explain but there's definitely, I think we've gone too far one direction on certain things. And asbestos, lead paint, car exhausts. How's your Tuesday going? It's going pretty good. How was your weekend? How are your mugs coming along? All the flower mugs. Your mother instincts are starting to show. You could murder them in turn of punching you and never get caught. How long has America been armed to the teeth? Why is it suddenly within the last 30 years that we see these mass shootings? Yeah, that's a great question. Also, what happened to serial killers? Remember when there was a new one every other year? Okay. Now seemingly none. I feel like that has more to do with awareness and the ability to track people and find them. Like, yeah, you could, back in the day, you could pick up hitchhikers. I cannot talk today. And like, no big deal. My weekend was good. Serial and I watched the Mario movie and it was pretty cute. Oh, cool. Fun. Snipe and I rewatched Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Seems very nuanced. Can't use the 30 years ago argument to say we've regressed or progressed. I can't talk. Some things need to end and others need to stick around. You could get punched in prison for saying truthful things 30 years ago that you shouldn't have been. Yeah. Okay. Knives are silent. Facts. I think it all has to do with the reporting of events. Sniping is more about the crime rate than the progression or regression. I will eventually watch the Mario movie. Not gonna go to the theater, so I'll wait till it's online. Yeah, that's heard good things about the Mario movie. Yeah, we'll probably watch it. Although the kids have been asking to go back to the movie theater. It was a newly recorded phenomenon previously thought to be a one-off. We're conditioned differently now. Yeah, that's true. Also, like the reporting of events was very localized to your area, right? Like, yes, you had some like national news, but only the major stuff. It wasn't just like a constant feed of like, here's everything going on everywhere all the time. I was talking with my dad about cancel culture and he was like, the liberals did it. And I was like, remember McCarthyism? I'm just generally curious what has changed to result in these mass shooting events. I think a lot of people are. I've only been to a movie theater like 3 times in your life. That's it? Usually a good time just costs money. Yeah, it can get pretty spendy. Admittedly, we really only go now because of the novelty for the kids to go. So I get it. I think a lot of it has to do with the amount of prescription drugs being handed out like candy. Guns are more easily available, no background checks, psychological profile, internet encouraging bad behavior. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of that. Of just the... I know, I already talked about it, so I won't go back into it, but... The more you hear about something, I feel like the more normalized it becomes. And that it's not like this like horrible, awful thing. It's just sort of like, oh yeah, I hear about this all the time. Like people do this and it's a thing. I hear Mario was okay from a parent perspective, which typically animated movies tend to have some adult humor for the parents. Yes, which I always appreciate. But I enjoy kids' movies. One of the times I went on a tour to see the back rooms and equipment. I got to watch a movie from the camera room. That's pretty cool, though. What's really fun to see is people's reactions to Bud Light. Oh, yeah. The Bud Light stuff has been hilarious. Guns were way easier to get 40 years ago and cheaper. Pre-FAFSA. Yes and no. Less restrictions then, more ease to a global marketplace now. Or more of access to a regional marketplace. Radically less shootings. Yeah. But I think... I don't know. I think the internet has a lot to do with it, just in terms of the amount of information you get, the amount of echo chambers that you can find yourself in of whatever like crazy theories that people have or belief systems or whatever. Yeah, 40 years ago, I couldn't go online and find someone selling something 3 cities away. I don't think it boils down to a particular single thing. Yeah, probably. I mean, does anything ever, but yeah. Not singular in nature. I'm going to go refill my coffee real quick, though, in my nug mug. But if it is internet, that goes back to my our reach exceeds our grasp thought. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. All right, coffee time. People can't handle the tech. People can't handle a lot of things.